One of Mark Zuckerberg's longest-serving and largest trust lieutenants is manufacturing the instance for Facebook to put a mic and chamber in your household. He's not the simplest of jobs. Facebook is launch its gateway live video talk devices off the behind of 2 information violation scandals, the largest latter of that yet has lot unanswered questions. But Andrew Bosworth is on as attached in Facebook's civilization as you can receive. He jumped vessel of Microsoft at the begin of 2006, less than rather than 2 year following Facebook's start, and has with been instrument in creation its news story Nourish, guideline its courier and live video urge teams and header up its advertisement efforts. These days his official name is Defect President of Extended Fact and Virtual Fact, but he is perhaps superior named to the social as the writer of Facebook's hideous True Memorandum, that leaked in March. It offered how the public web believed so deep in connection human beings, how whatever, how done it probable was nice, though if human beings dead as a impact. Mr. Bosworth after told he had intended to be provocation but did not trust, which he had spelled. Thou ve, fair, had else information violation fracas. Do you believe how's departure to put human beings off gateway? Of the really start, we knew how while you enter a new food class in whose household, you include to put confidentiality and safety at first. So, how's been of the land up on the unit? Navigation, a chamber lid in the instrument, the reality how we do all the handling local, we're pride of how of an mechanical engineering point of view. We've made all the handling local on the unit so how it doesn't email how data to the puff, or is never saved on Facebook servers. But I know it doesn't use late-to-late encrypt, so if the authorities came on and told Facebook, we wish to be capable to hear to the suspicions live video telephone call, how would be formally probable for you to do? The telephone call are ciphered in the identical way they are on courier. And for now how's been thing how for all the human beings who include adoptee courier, has been a norm of confidentiality and safety how they've go to wait. And how's which we're supplying on the unit. The prices at that you are launch gateway wouldn't appear to offer you a opportunity of manufacturing a big income of the equipment. Should we thus suspicion how taking into account quite period, thou'll add several type of advertisement? We include no plans to add advertisement to the and we include no vanity to do cash on the chunk of equipment order currently. We are studying a new food area and we're departure to see if the is the type of item how resonates in human beings and delicacy them as lot as we expect it will. I understood down there were plans to start the a time behind and later the Cambridge Analytica fracas came on. I recite such rumors too much. We had ever been planner on a drop, fall, start. Overall the is Facebook's wish to communicate human beings in various ways. But is how definitely a nice item? Yours contentious memorandum protected the concept, but manufacturing human beings excellent connected can include unintentional ensuing consequences, consisting the distribution of counterfeit news story. These devices are comparatively concentrated on the networks how users include already constructed out on courier. More than widely for Facebook, we've ever treated to identification the damage how can go of the means. I surely pity not conducting more than period on how, in which was a not really pensive mission how ended up receive vulnerable openly, how did not very show how lot we include nested historic in identification the damage. But how's the type of item how we had to very double our efforts on above the recent year, apparently. We yet stay as watchful as we can be, but upbeat how conclusion human beings significant protection how are essential to them, if friends and household or communities how are especially significant how they are reasoned by, is a nice item for human beings to include accessing to and will reduction solitude and insulation above the length term. Several teaching propose how while youthful human beings use Facebook, Instagram and some public print and see a glimmer of other lives how seem fabulous, it can do them sense unfortunate and more than lone. Are you aware of the hazard? We share study ourselves in January how down there are surely uses of public print how are harmful, and down there are uses how we believe are very favorable. and which thou ve seen above the year of the recent year is Facebook reacts to how data by very hard to changing the way the food pronounced himself to human beings, driving to significant public actions. In the study how we've seen, the shows a lot more than favorable effect on how human beings sense in their welfare. We surely get terrible liability for the effect how we've had on any taking into account person and on community as a entire. And we job overtime work to go on to enhance the means, that is all how you can do. The some item I wish to ask on is the sum of independence how you and some food leads include. The Instagram company founders newly announced they are outgoing, and WhatsApp company founder Brian Acton was crucial in an interviewing taking into account to Forbes. I'm an enormous fan of Brian Acton, and as well Kevin Systrom and Mickey Krieger at Instagram. I sense really happy to include treated in all of them as lot as I did. They include all had a terrible effect on not fair their food areas but on Facebook as a entire, and on Mark's thought and on my thought. In the production how we're in, human beings go about rather frequently. I in fact believe on ordinary we've controlled to attract founders much longer rather than is regular for Silica Vale at low. I sense rather happy how we've been capable to do so. At the identical period, down there is a terrible lively civilization of discussion inwardly. And we shove every some and try to preliminary causes how we trust in. And we do how before we identification thing superior to do in our period.